Let's turn this down.
Hey, what up? What up? What's going on, you guys? This is Season 2, Episode 4 of Redonkulously/RedonkulousInterviews. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
And like always, we represent Redonkulous Entertainment, which is an 8-man team consisting of one, Ethan Around the third D, lead artist,
James, the hardworking man Brown.
Courtney, the Watcher Jackson.
Nigel, the wild card Frazier.
For cool breeze queen.
And Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
We let all 8 of our powers combine. And we form
Redonkulous Entertainment.
Redonkulous Entertainment!
Thank you.
Okay, so let's sub some redonkulous stuff real quick. Okay, so guys, if you didn't know, I'm gonna let you know in a secret. If you go to www.redonkulously.com, you can pick up some of our #1 merchandise. And our #1 merchandise is our comic books.
Yes, all 6 of them.
6, yes, we have 6 comic books out right now. What else? Time the First Lady Fields.
Well, let's see. We also have on our website as well. You can pick up our comic books, and you can also check out the Redonkulous year of 2021, which is the Redonkulous year of 2021, the musical remix 80s style.
I was about to say his name, we rock 80 style, yeah.
There you go.
It's Redonkulous year 2021, the musical remix 80 styles, in which case is really awesome videos there, which we displayed our 5-city tour through 80s theme. And you first see my first ever song, Get Redonkulous.
Your first ever music video. How does that feel, man?
I felt good to write a music video. You know, you got to check it out. And it's themed off 80s, of course. And you can see Tiny First Lady Phil's second music video, which is Here Redonkulous, which is also based off the 80s. That was really good stuff right there. What else can we find?
Sensing a theme here. Redonkulous, get redonkulous, share redonkulous.
And then LeVar Cool Between introduction, you know. Right. It's the Redonkulous year of 2021.
And then also we did our acronym too.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Then we did our music video, our acronym, which is based off 80s style.
Yes.
So it's really actually really funny stuff. You get to know what we did for the whole year of 2021. And if you're like, well, if you're really interested and you're like, well, 2021 was lit, check out the Redonkulous year 2020 on YouTube.
Word. Also, we have another comic book launch coming out pretty soon too.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah. We have Night Out issue 2 coming out pretty soon. So keep an eye on our social media, our website to see exactly when that's coming out. All the details, everything will be revealed. It's going to be a real big, exciting premiere. So you don't want to miss that when it comes out.
Also, if you want to get more deep and personal, you want to really get to know how close we really how close the ties that miners are, check out The Road Reminiscence.
So dramatic. The Road.
It is The Road. The Road Reminiscence.
I think that's about it for right now. We have some big plans that are coming up for the spring and the summertime. So I want to encourage everybody to check out our social media to see what that's all about in the coming months. So
yeah, we have really, really, really big plans for actually coming in December. Redonkulous can't stop, won't stop.
Always. So okay. Let's see, I guess we got everything out the way, all of the church announcements.
Yeah, church the Redonkulous announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Redonkulous announcements out there. Okay, so happy Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day to all
everybody.
Valentine's Day people, and shout out to LeVar Cool Breeze Queen. He's an LA Rams fan, and he just won the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl winner, yes. Shout out to LeVar.
Actually, last year, James R's working man Brown was the Tampa Bay winner, and he won the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
LeVar Kobe's Queen is a LA Rams fan. He went
so what do you say? Next year Steelers?
Next year Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
You're batting 1,000.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's interesting stuff to know.
Mm-hmm.
And what else, Tanya?
I think that's really about it.
Okay. So today we are introducing somebody that I would say is probably one of the most, how do I put this here? They're fearless men I know.
Mm-hmm.
He's a videographer.
He's a content creator.
He's a social media personality.
Yes, absolutely. His name is Commish. He is from, I do believe he's from right out here in New Jersey. So we're going to bring him on, let him introduce himself to you guys, tell us about his story, about his brand and everything. So let's get him in, shall we?
Let's get him in.
All right, word. Let's go.
There we go. Redonkulously Season 2.
What up?
Hey.
What's going on?
Yo, I'm
Coolin',
digging
man.
like the cool
How y'all
lighting and
living?
stuff.
Word. Cool. Yeah, y'all see me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see just fine. We can hear you good.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Commish, welcome to Redonkulously Interviews Season 2.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you. Pleasure. Glad to be here. How you guys living?
Good. Can't
Pretty
complain.
good. Busy. Always busy. Always
busy.
redonkulous.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bad thing, right? Heck no.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get down to it for our viewers. Okay, so as you know, we're going to put this on YouTube. We're going to put this on Instagram. We're going to put this on TikTok eventually.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be on Facebook. Okay,
Mhm.
so whether it reach 1 or 100 people, we do know we're going to have viewers. So the question I have from the gate, right from the rip, because if you know anything about Redonkulous, we're not scripted.
Yeah.
That's good. That's way to go. Heck yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Tell us about yourself. What do you do? What's your career path? What's your goals?
All right.
That's right.
Cool. Right, let's go.
I said two.
Word. Well, I am Commish, better, I'm a writer at heart, you know what I mean? I'm a content creator, I'm a videographer, I'm a photographer, a lover of the culture, a lover of humanity, lover of music. Like music has just been there for me my whole life. Started off really writing short stories, which led me into writing poems. And then that got me into writing lyrics, like hip hop lyrics, and then more like rock songs. And that transitioned more into the editorial side, but I always had friends that were artists and whatnot. So I still, currently have friends that are still in the industry and that are artists and whatnot. So, but me, I transitioned more to the editorial side, came up with Chris Morty, started doing music reviews, reviewing people's mixtapes and albums when they came out. Like when Kevin Gates was first coming up, I was reviewing his mixtapes. Then I would go to like local shows at Weber's Hall and things up in New York, and just do reviews of the shows that I saw. Performances, they would be trying to think of some of the kids coming up, but there was like, can't think off the top of my Shay Glizzy was one of them. Actually, when he first started coming up, he would play those little shows, and I would do those reviews, and that led me to an internship with Funkmaster Flex. Over there, we were doing this website for Stunalife. It was Stunalife.com. They wanted to bring out. It was like, when Lil Wayne and Baby and all them were huge. I mean, they're still big now, but they wanted to branch off, have their own little website. But nothing ever panned out from that. But then that led me to The Source. So then I was writing with them for a while. Got all that good experience. Got so many good networking opportunities and relationships I built through the years. And then that led me to where I met you guys when I was with the media company. And then I was executive editor over there, and just did that for about 18 months. And now I have branched out on my own, branding myself now, Commish's Corner. I'm here to tell all my stories now of being in the industry for 20 years, all the lessons that I've learned, because I got to see a lot from behind the scenes. And then 2, I have, like I was saying, my friends that are in the industry, a lot of them are out in Thailand. Like my best friend's an artist, and he's out there living in Thailand right now, working on a new project as we speak. We have one song he got contracted out with Vibe Records, Urges. So, have experience in all kinds of lanes with it. You know what I mean? And then the Thailand, bro, seeing what it's like in another country overseas, and it's just so cool that the culture is just rich and alive out there too. You know what I mean? Completely just across the globe in another hemisphere. But it speaks volumes, just like you guys with the comic books, that like it speaks volumes, like it's the culture, you know what I mean? So it's dope when you can see that firsthand in another country. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And then I'm rebranding right now on my Instagram, telling my first journey from out in Thailand. So that's what's going on there. And then that is going to have a book to follow, starting to tell, like I'm going to break it into 3-part series, tell the first journey, second journey, and the third one. And then I'm tell all the stories, chronologically through Instagram. And eventually I want that to lead to, I would love it to be a Netflix series, like played out through all the year, like a series, and just have all the roles played and parts played. So yeah, that's and then also another big thing I'm shooting for is I want my own podcast, and that will be Commish's Corner, where I'd like to do it where I'm traveling to you, like whatever, like a local artist or people that are in the industry, people that I know that have been grinding for a while, doing their thing, and just haven't gotten the exposure that they need, because there's so much talent out there that we just never get to hear it because it doesn't get exposed. So I would love to be able to have a platform and a podcast to be able to help artists out like that. And what was the third one? I think I got two out of the 3, I think.
And your future goals.
Yeah.
Future goals. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, those little ones there, they're pretty attainable, and that's what I'm working on now. But
sure,
the future goal would just to be able to feel the feeling of freedom, being able to wake up every day, getting to walk in my greatness and living the life that I envisioned for myself, being an influencer in the industry, being almost, I wanted to be, always said that, a sway in a way, my own sway of the industry in my own way, being able to speak about the culture, and from my point of view, my perspective. But the ultimate goal, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to get there yet, though, is I'd love to win the Nobel Peace Prize for writing a book on race relations nowadays, and how it is in the world. And from my perspective, because I've seen it from, a lot of different, I've had friends from so many different cultures and relations, and, I would love to just be able to open people's eyes to just humans are humans, people are people, and it's just energy, and it's just a vibe. And just like when I met you guys, just like we clicked from the jump, what I mean? Because you guys are good people, good energy and creative energy. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Nice.
So, Commish, this is Redonkulous interview. So I would like to let my viewers know. So I'm training. This is important to know. So I'm not doing what I normally do. So I'm doing some Red Bull today. But every time I say the word Redonkulous, have a drink, have a shot, have some wine, have some water. I'm not here to judge what you do. Do what you do every time I say Redonkulous. And every time the first lady says, like. So every time I say Redonkulous and have a shot, have a drink, have a sip of water, do what you do. So Redonkulous.
Well, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
Shoot.
Us both drinking Red Bull together. Like commercial.
So I guess we're sponsoring both. I also have some water. A lot of people be like, this is not water. This is water.
Right now I got my water too. Heck yeah. Gotta stay hydrated.
You gotta stay hydrated. He
always the same thing. Gotta stay hydrated. Yeah.
So okay, go ahead, Tanya.
So, and this is a question I usually kind of ask like towards the end of the interview, but I'll just ask it now because it's on my mind. With you being in the industry for so long, for 20 years, what is something you would say to somebody who is just entering into the industry, who's just coming into all of this? What piece of advice would you give?
you have to separate your emotions from the business. Because, you know, I've learned that lesson the hard way a couple of times, you know, because sometimes people will have a bigger picture and a bigger vision, but you'll get your feelings and emotions tied up into it. And they just don't mix. It's weird. It's hard to explain really until like you experience it firsthand. But that's just something, you know, when you get in the industry, just start working on controlling your emotions, and you know, you are just learn your personality a little bit, and just definitely do not mix the emotions with business.
Learn your personality. That's a good saying. That you know, that's not easy like people think it is. Everybody thinks they know yourself until you're in business.
Right? It's the truth, you know, absolutely.
Yeah, then you realize how many like things that might irk. So things that might irk you emotionally or something. But if it's good for business, it's good for business. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So as long as, you know, the values and the morals aligned, you know, that's important too. But definitely, you know, sometimes, exactly. Like you said, it's good for business sometimes, but you know, you just gotta swallow the pride sometimes and bite the tongue. You know?
I think that's one of the things like we don't really realize as much when we're younger. Is like, if your values and your morals combine, like that's a really big thing. I don't think we realize that as much when we're younger. We go off of emotions all the time, kind of, you know.
Absolutely, heck yeah, and that's true. You know, I'm 39. You know, I'm aging myself, but it's, you know, I didn't learn that till I was recently. You know, really with like as I got further and deeper in the business, you know, I really didn't learn that in the last, you know, I would say 3 years, honestly, like solid, you know what I mean, where it stuck with me, you know what I mean, and I was like able to realize, and it's all right, I gotta stop making these same choices, and why you know, why does this keep happening, or what, you know, and then like you say, it's you get to know yourself. You know.
Yeah, sure.
Knowing yourself is hard though. It really is.
Yeah,
for real.
The older you
worth
get
the journey,
to like
though.
I guess so. It is part of the journey. Yeah, this thing we call life.
The older you get, the more comfortable I feel like you get in your sense of self. Like, this is who I am, and you know what? I'm freaking proud of who I am. You know?
Oh yeah, heck, absolutely.
I always had a high high self-esteem.
Sense of self.
Sense of self. Right. I always had a high sense of self. But as I get older now, I realize all the flaws that that people told me about. I realize is who I am. They're not flaws. I don't consider it a flaw. I consider it me. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. If that's why I don't apologize unless I apologize. I never ever say, "Oh, my bad," or "I'm sorry," unless I know I made a mistake. Sometimes I find out I don't really get in arguments with people as much as I used to. But I guess this is why I get in less arguments. I find that people tend to respect my self-esteem. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
That's why I don't tend to argue, because I know myself. I learn to listen. You know what I mean? I don't need to say everything. There's no reason for me to say it. All I need is hear it.
Right.
Exactly. And that's huge, because that's such a skill in itself, listening.
Yeah.
You know?
So as a videographer, do you find yourself a better listener, or are you more of a director type angle?
It's a good question. Because with me, like I go, you know, I go with feel. You know what I mean? Like I feel when I'm behind the lens, when I'm in the camera. You know what I mean? It's just like I move with, like, if I'm recording somebody that's performing on stage, like an artist. The one time I got to record this young woman in New York, and I was recording her, and after the performance, she came up to me. We were talking, conversating. She's like, "I was just following you." You know what I mean? It's like I was just kind of just going with her and following, you know, where she was going. But you kind of have to anticipate too, in a sense, you know, where people are going. Like I never thought of it like as, you know, directing, because I guess I always, you know, if I was involved with bigger projects, I would be led, you know what I mean? Like put in places where I should shoot. But when I'm doing it by myself, I guess it is more, you know, you're directing the whole thing. But like I said, it's just, I go with the feel of it. If that explain the question.
No,
that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
No, yeah.
From creators to creators.
I was say, yeah, that makes
perfect
sense. I understand.
Because you get in that zone sometimes too, when you know you're shooting well too, when it's just like there's nothing going on around, you're just there, and that, you know, you just have that contact like right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's and that translates over to, I feel like, to any form of art. That translates over to, you know, if it's you know, actually like we do a lot of times, sitting down and making a video, or you know, making comic books. It transfers, writing music, it transfers over to anything really. Just it's based on the energy and based on the vibe. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So now, like, all the pictures I see online, like that you post from Bangkok, Thailand, and things. Like, you said cop. We're adults. I swear we are.
Redonkulous.
We're redonkulous. There you go. Okay. Can I get my sentence out?
I am my dog. Okay. Thailand.
Right, exactly.
And see, you say something stupid like that, and I giggle. Like, we're adults, I swear.
It's great though. You gotta laugh. Laughing is a medicine.
Yeah. See, I forgot my daggum question there.
That's all right. From, all the pictures and the stuff on.
Right. Like, how did you, of all places, how did you first venture there? Like, how did you choose, like, that was where you were going to go to?
That's a good question.
Well, that is a good question, because that story goes back to 2011.
All right, we're going back to 2011. Every time.
We're going back. Exactly. Travel with me. So I was living where I'm at right now in the old house. I was in a bad relationship with my ex, and I started working at Ruby Tuesdays in Mays Landing at the Hamilton Mall. So yeah,
where are you from, by the way? Where do you live exactly?
Right now I'm in Avalon, New Jersey. So not far from you guys, because you're in AC, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, not far at all from you guys. And I grew up in Westmont.
For the viewers who don't know, that's Atlantic City.
Yep, Atlantic City. That's right.
Yeah.
Atlantic City, shoot. But I grew up in Westmont, you know, spent my summers down here and whatnot. But you know, I used to live up in Jersey City too. So been all around Jersey. But yeah. So 2011, working at Ruby Tuesdays in Mays Landing, and I meet this girl, and she's a singer. So we build this rapport, and she's like, "You got to meet my friend Corpus." She's like, "You two would get along." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." So she set it up, set the meeting up, and you know, got his number. We linked up, met at his crib one night after I was done working, and literally just sat in his shed for 4 hours and talked. Like at that point, he was making videos and he was doing music, and you know, we had a similar vision of what we wanted to do for ourselves in the future. And you know, we just pretty much like clicked from the first day we met. And he's Thai, him and his family are Thai. So he is the one who got me out there, because he had friends that were from New York who are all artists. So there's this group out there called Titanium, and they're huge out there in Thailand, and he's friends with all of them. So that's how he, you know, his family's from out there too, but he met these guys when he was up in Syracuse going to college. So yeah, he's the one that got me out to Thailand, and I'm forever grateful, man, for that. First time I got out there was 2014. You know, after hearing about it for years and him just telling me about it and showing me pictures and everything. And it's just, until you go and experience, it's like, you know, words, you know, you can say as many words as you want, but until you go experience something for the first, it's just, you know, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's amazing. Gotcha. Yeah, that's how I got out there, man, and been out there 3 times since then. So can't wait to go back.
Nice.
When do you plan on going back? Any plans in the future of going back?
No plans, to be honest, right now with how things are, because like right now they're kind of starting to let people in the country out there, like they're just starting to open up like slowly. But I mean, if 2 years, man. I'd love to say I could get back there in 2 years, mate. You know, because actually now he's got his dual citizenship now too, so he's out there. It's been a minute. It's been a couple years since I saw him.
Gotcha.
And like, what's the scene like out there in terms of like music, art, and everything? Like, what describe how it is out there?
It's awesome. Like, it really is. It's a mini, not a mini. It's New York times 10. Like, the hip hop scene out there is just as thriving as it is. It's definitely different, though. You know what I mean? Like, the hip hop and the music out there is definitely different. But because I get a different experience of it too, because of like with Corpus, knowing all the people, we have friends that they're all DJs out there too, called the Bangkok Invaders. So they DJ all the clubs and stuff at night. So when you go out there, it's like you get to see what it's like from there, and it's interesting. Like, they still play Superman Soldier Boy out there, and the crowd like goes nuts for it. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little bit behind like how America is, but like the main, like the popular mainstream stuff here, like they'll still play out there. But it's cool. They have a really cool punk rock scene too out there, and that's like a community that's thriving too. And the art, like you say, the art is awesome out there. They have different galleries and just the restaurants too they have out there, and the decor and the architecture is just hopefully you'll get to see some more as I keep posting on the Instagram story out there. But it's just it's awesome, like the culture. It really is. It's like that. You ever see like how they say Japan culture, like the Asian culture is just it's big on the hip hop scene and the pop scene and the rock scene. It's doesn't skip a beat from America, really. In a sense.
Gotcha.
Cool.
I always find it interesting, like musically, a lot of other cultures, they pick up on a lot of the styles of music that we have kind of been like, okay, well, that's old, whatever. We don't care about it anymore. Like in other cultures, they eat it up. That's like new. I can go on a whole try music rant things, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. You're right. It's cool how other countries are with that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go into music, if you're gonna go on your art, let's go on my art. Let's talk about food.
Okay. All right.
Bro.
Look, the food
out there is off the hook, and it's different levels too. Like you have to introduce your palate to some things. Like I remember the first time I was out there, I had they call it's kononjim, they call it. So it's fishball soup, right? Okay. So it's the best way I can describe it is that it tasted like what the air smelled like, right? So you're in a third world country. You know what I mean? You know what it smells like sometimes in New York City, whatever. So sometimes you get that pungent aroma in the air, and so that's what it tasted like. I tried to champ through it and finish it. Couldn't do it. Did everything I could. I couldn't get the taste out of my mouth for 3 days.
Ooh.
Like, wow, it was something serious. It's like all like lemongrass they use. It's like one of their big flavors.
Lemongrass. Okay. That's tough.
Probably like fish sauce was a lot of fish sauce in there, and then the fish balls that they probably marinated and it's got a lot of stuff in it. But that was only one. That was the only bad experience of anything I ever had out there. Right?
They probably use rotten fish heads to make any soup. You need fish heads.
Who knows? You know what I mean? Yeah. Not doing that one again. But the street food out there.
So that's when I definitely want to try the most.
Try everything once.
Yeah, exactly. Try that. But the street food is like chicken and rice. They'll have duck over rice, like right on the street. You can get it with a shrimp pad thai. Like they'll do their pad thai out there, and they'll put these little baby shrimp in there with still the shell on it, but you get the crunch. You know what I mean? And it's so cheap. Like to eat something like that on the street, be for like the chicken rice, little bowl of soup will set you back 30-40 baht out there as their currency. So that's $1.50 in America.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else I got out there? Like they have all these cool like snacks and things too. Like they'll be on the side of out there on the street with bags of this corn, like in these huge vats, and they just put it in a bag. It's all salted up. and buttered for you, ready to go. Their fruit out there is interesting because it's not sweet. You know, there's fruit, it's like, and they like it hot and spicy. So they'll put their fruit in a bag with like this mixture of like hot peppers and like shake it up, and they like eating it like that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting. Spicy fruit.
Yeah, spicy fruit. Exactly. You know, you would never think, you know.
Yeah.
What else? Like stands and like the restaurants, there's just one restaurant. I didn't get a chance to eat there, but it's like in the sky. Like literally, like you up in this almost looks like a pod, you know, like a storage pod, like people put on their front lawn or something, like a tray, you know, like a big one, and it's just hanging in the air, and people just sit up there eating and hanging up in the air.
Cool.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay,
I gotta try that. That sounds intense.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any kind of Thai food, like curries and things like that? Have you guys ever tried like?
Yeah, I had Thai food. It was okay. Damn, I had so much food in my life. One of my, well, this was way back when I was younger. One of my friends' mom, well, I guess he was Thai. I had a Thai friend, and I had a Vil. Yeah, that went there, and it was rice and chicken and red stuff, and it was good. And her vegetables like lettuce and tomatoes. It was good. It was unique with some sauce. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Thai food.
No, you wouldn't. To the hot, like frogs out there was a big thing. Just be like chilling, like cooking frogs out on the street, like on top of a grill. Big salted fish.
Yeah.
Soups out there are off the hook. Like they have awesome soup out there, and just with the bean sprouts and green onions, and just I could go on, man, about the food.
It's always, so it's always about the food. Okay, so how was your transition from Thai back to the States, as far as career wise?
Career, like with that, it was more I was building, you know, and networking, so it didn't affect my career too much. It enhanced my career, I would say, because it gave me more experience. You know, I got to meet some more people within the industry while I was out there, you know, build relationships. It's definitely, you know, it's adding to my arsenal and of stories that I'm telling, you know what I mean? So definitely, you know, I would say that's how it helped me, you know what I mean? It never, you know, threw me off or anything. It just kept me moving through it, you know? And it was like, I would have loved to get the chance to go out there, and, you know, I could have maybe been out there with my best friend, but it was like more a thing like I was back here supporting, you know, so he could be out there doing what he was doing. You know, we were in it together, you know, as a team kind of thing. So I was working to help support him out there, you know, so he could follow the dream of, you know, making the songs and doing all that hard work. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. What is, so you're into all these things, you know, like, you know, videos and creating content, music. What is one? He about to drop the beat, man. About to drop some rhymes over here, yo.
Nah,
no, about the co-founder.
No funky fresh rhymes today. No funky fresh rhymes
today. What is one creative vice or one form of art that you always wanted to get into that you haven't gotten into yet?
Fashion and clothing design. Yeah, because now with the rebranding, you know, I have a logo in mind, so I would need to get that trademark. That's like, I got to get the name trademarked, I got to get the logo trademarked. So that's the next thing. I would definitely love to get into clothing. I love fashion. So yeah, that's something I haven't delved into yet, but that's makes me smile. I get excited about clothes and fashion.
Okay. Would you like put your logo on different types of clothes and things, or?
Yeah, like my logo and just like the color schemes in a sense, or like the styles of some stuff too, because my friend Koga out in Thailand, he makes like all his own clothes, really. So it's really like punk rock influence, you know, stuff we'll do and whatnot. And he's got his own record label and things out there, but it's like I would like to be able to infuse the two, you know, bring the punk rock and like the hip hop, or, you know, the hip hop culture to it a little bit, and just got ideas in my head, you know, I don't know where yet, but if I could, you know, get a team to help me put some, you know what I mean, things together, I could definitely see that down the line, you know.
Punk rock and hip hop kind of, they run from like that same like rebel spirit kind of, you know, that same like, you know, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to do what it is I want to do. And, you know, they run from that same type of vibe kind of, you know?
Oh, yeah. Nah, exactly. Absolutely.
Well, if you say so.
I mean,
it's still, it's a little different.
No, like it's a little different, but like but that's like,
all hip hop cultures are so rebellious.
Ooh.
No, but
you.
So what do you got?
See, I have to disagree with that.
Yeah. No, what do you got?
Because hip hop isn't always necessarily rebellious. When I hear hip hop, I don't want to rebel. It makes me want to grind. Nobody's telling me to wake up and grind. I'm not saying no, I don't want to go. Rebellious mean no, I'm not going to take it, as in like a 80s rock. That would be rebellious, sure.
But if you're grinding, aren't you kind of going? You're grinding for your dreams. You're hustling for your.
But that's not a rebellion.
In a way, it kind of is.
It's not. In a way, no way. It's no way. It's like they're actually. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're doing what you want to do.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're doing what lights your fire.
The grind, you're supposed to grind. You're supposed to wake up and grind. So somebody that be like, I don't want to wake up and grind, that's a rebellion.
I disagree. I respectfully disagree.
Well, you're wrong and I'm right.
How does that happen?
Because you're literally saying an orange is an apple when the apple is an orange. Okay, I mean, to speak about some of the greats, okay? Some of the there is a lot of rebellion in hip hop, but there's also a lot of do what you're supposed to do.
If you go from the origin of hip hop, go back to the 70s, go back to like 70s. Late 70s, early 80s and things. That's why the punk heads and the hip hop heads, they got along.
They got along
on the New York scene. They got along back in the day.
Well,
Fab Five, Freddie, Blondie, and all them. Come on,
yeah, she's not wrong. She's not wrong, on, man. That's why it's like a similar energy. It might not be rebellious, may be the wrong word for you.
Rebellious is definitely the wrong word.
You know, but it's definitely a similar energy. It's a free spirit. It's a, you know,
free spirit.
It's a clean, you know, like people like yourself and like myself, I feel like we, you know, we always went against, like she was saying, like Tanya was saying, go against the grain. You know, we never wanted to fall in line and follow like sheep. You know, we tried that and that wasn't the way for us. And it's, you know, the punk rock and the hip hop both have that similar spirit, you know. Rebellious might not be it for you, but it's, you know, they, you know, the skateboard culture's in there too. You know what I mean? Like it's
sure,
you know,
but in your defense too, I think all music is all tied together in their own way. Even country, which I don't listen to, whatever you feel, it's pretty much wherever you feel.
No, it's crazy. Like music now is becoming so just like there's not even really a genre for stuff anymore. You know, everything's crossing.
Yeah,
right.
You know?
Yeah, everything's crossing. As it should. That's perfect. That shows unity amongst, as you said.
I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with it. You know what I
mean? Because a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm a rock guy.
Okay.
I'm a hip hop guy, of course, but I'm a rock guy. I love rock and roll. It's
nice.
That redonkulous feeling that I believe in so much. Oh, what did I just say?
Oh, you just I just took a sip of it too.
So, back to your videography part. What would you say is your biggest project you recorded so thus far?
The biggest so far was definitely over the summer when we did Mayweather for 1-800-Liquors. Floyd Mayweather's friend was getting married.
Congratulations on that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that. So we were up at Oheka Castle filming up there, and it was just a really cool experience. Just getting exposed to that, like getting to see a castle like this, and then just you really learn that people are people. You know what I mean? And it's like people are just people. As long as you know you act respectful and polite to people, and what everybody is just, you know, we're the same, and everybody's just here for an experience, you know. And like we also just learn to be good to each other. But that was just such a dope spot because, you know, it was cool, and the gang was there, and Keith Murray and Cuba Gooding Jr. And then, you know, it's just wild to see how people react to Mayweather. Now he walks with just his entourage of people, you know, and you had people from like Page Six there, like wanting to take pictures. And it's just, you just learn the industry is just it can be a grimy place too, you know, behind the scenes sometimes, but it's just
that's the stuff I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? That's why it's like it's a double-edged sword at times, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad to be on this side of it that I am, you know, because I've gotten to see and, you know, learn and experience and know that it's like you pick up all these tools and you learn from all the people as you go along, and you just keep building that self-confidence in yourself to know, like, hey, you know, like you guys, you started something for yourselves over there, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm working on now too, you know. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely the biggest event I did. And then also too, for the media company, we put on, what was it, January 2020, we put on an award show. So that was, you know, entailed setting up the venue, and you know, our CEO got an award for everything and just putting people in place, like managing people around. So that was a big thing. I had a videography that, but we had videographers there doing it, you know what I mean? And have that whole thing. But that was another cool thing I got to experience, you know, through the media side and videography side of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really important stuff. Wow, that's crazy. It shows you how much we really do.
Yeah.
I love this might sound arrogant. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. But I love hearing people's stories, and I compare them to our stories, and I just realized how much this 8-man team do. We literally do everything ourselves. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And that's one of the hardest things, you know, to be able to build a team around you of people, of trustworthy people that you know are gonna buy into the vision you have, the same as you do, and treat it like, you know, it's their baby, just like you guys.
Well, we lucked in because we're all friends. We all had the same dream. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah. I guess we lucked in. It wasn't a matter of, hey, let's go get this guy. It's a matter of, you are the guy. You're the guy. I'm the guy. She's the woman. He's the guy. She's the woman. You know what I mean? It's either do or die. So
there you go.
Okay. So Redonkulous, we're working on something big, which we won't talk about too much on air.
Right.
Oh gosh. Thank you.
We're working on something big.
He was getting all into Redonkulous. I forgot to take a drink.
We're working on something big, which we'll talk about after the show.
Okay.
Would you be willing to work with Redonkulous Entertainment on your videographer side in your keen eye division? Because let me tell you why I asked you this. Is the reason why I asked you this. When I met you, it was Black Excellence, June 18th and 19th, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2021. Yep.
That's the shame I do.
Wow, right?
2020 something.
I know it's coming up on a year. It feels longer.
Yeah.
It's nonstop.
For real.
But that shows energy. I'm getting to it. Feels longer because when I met you, man, and I said this to you then, I say it to you now, and I say it to you. Your vibe was good, man. You was energetic. You was like, let's go. I gotta go. You want to take some pictures? You want to do this? And I was feeling it too. I'm an energetic guy when I get, especially when I'm going. And it was like, let's do it. And then we did videos, which we'll show later. That'll come up later. And it was just really cool. You had a good swag to you. You was with the team.
With IMU. IMU Media.
He was with IMU Media at the time. That whole crew, I don't know what happened or whatever. The whole crew was cool, but you stood out. So it didn't. I invited you to our boat ride.
I did.
Okay.
Yes, you did. That was dope.
Hold on. I invited you to the. So this is what give me the ultimate respect. Okay, you're out in Avalon. You met us one time when we were really happy. Bunch of guys screaming about a combo. I asked you to come to Avalon. You had a friend to come with you. I guess that didn't work out. You still made that trip from Avalon to Atlantic City on a boat ride of people you did not know. You know what I mean? People did not know. People, there's people just randomly, man. And now I'm telling you to get drunk with us on a boat and you don't know us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, it's the, you know, that's what I learned. That you show up, you know,
Uh-huh.
show up, and you never know what can happen.
So,
That's true.
yeah. You had the question.
What was that like? Being on the boat, you know, the boat ride, that whole experience. Describe what that was like for you.
It was beautiful. It really was. I mean, I had never experienced a boat ride through Atlantic City like that, and it was beautiful. It was nighttime, and the casinos were all lit up. I got some good pictures from it. It was relaxing, and then just the vibe on the boat was so fun. The music was going, and you had good people on board, and it was like I belonged there. I fit in. I felt like it was easy to start talking to people. People, came up to me. It was awesome, man. And you guys were in there doing your thing, moving around with the people. It was a great experience overall. It was fun too, like walking down, you know what I mean? You had the whole setup, taking the pictures and all. That was dope. You know what I mean? It really was a cool experience.
Mm-hmm. We're having another one actually. In fact, it's gonna be a yacht party this summer.
Yacht party this summer.
So
yes. So
okay.
This yacht party, I'm turning 40 this summer. August 23rd is my birthday. So
there you go. June 18th, bro. I'll be 40 right there with you.
June. Okay, so we got to talk. We're gonna talk after. We're gonna talk. So we both turned 40. That's a big deal. That's huge.
Another year to go.
Nice.
Can the elders talk here?
Oh, the elders. Excuse me. How have you know my birthday Saturday, Dagnabbit?
Her birthday is Saturday. Her birthday Saturday, and my 3-year-old will be 3-year-old birthday Saturday too.
Mm-hmm.
Share the same birthday.
All right, happy early birthday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Pisces.
Where was I going?
So yacht
party 40. Would you like to come? Well,
I would be honored.
Cool. We'll let you know the day. We're going to shoot closer to my birthday. I'm thinking the 21st.
So August 21st, we're looking at?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Because I'm going to Puerto Rico the 22nd.
That's what's up. Good for you.
Yeah, when I'm 40, I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Gotcha. Pretty cool way to for a birthday.
38-year-olds can't come. 38-year-olds ain't allowed.
Yeah, you gotta be 40. Oh, you gotta be 40 or my family.
Shoot.
Very cool.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That's dope. It's always good to have something to look forward to.
Yeah, we when we're done this interview and then behind the scenes talk, you're gonna like, wait, what's going on here? It should be on an interview, but we can't do it on an interview.
Got you.
So we're about to close it out pretty soon. This has been really awesome. It's been really fun. So tell our viewers where they can find you at, any links to your social media. Go.
Cool. Well, yeah, you can find me across all platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Commish's Corner. So that's COMMISHSCONER. Yes, Commish's Corner. So that's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And yeah, follow my Thailand journey. And got that on Facebook a little bit, but we do a couple little different things on there. But yeah, come follow the Thailand journey. And I'm just looking forward to what you guys got coming up. And I appreciate the time. This was great. I had a blast with y'all.
I appreciate. Okay, another story. Every time we wrap it up, I got a story.
Word.
Today, I woke up a little bit more energetic. I was like, today's the day. I inboxed you about a week ago. I was going to ask you a question. I forgot what happened. My mind, I go like 100 miles per hour.
Calm down.
It happens. Sometimes I inbox somebody like, oh shit, I forgot, and then it's like that. So we'll get to that later.
Word.
I was so excited about today. I was like, good, we finally get to talk again. I got dedicated, focused time to you, so I won't make no mistakes this time. So I appreciate your time for doing this interview. That's first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
So it's funny you used to talk about race relations because we actually dedicate this month. We call it Redonkulous Black History when we interview all entrepreneurs and businessmen. And you're what nationality are you?
I am Irish and Italian. Yeah, so pops is Irish and German, and then my mom's pretty much 100% Sicilian. So
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Gotcha. So you're actually our first, our honor. You're our first honored guest is not actually African American on this show for this
I am
month.
honored.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you
Absolutely.
being here. That's how much we
Word.
respect you. You made Redonkulous Black History.
That's awesome, right? And that's so cool to me because that's, like I said in the beginning, it's humanity. We're all people. I've always, I just always been blessed and just felt like I've always been comfortable being the only white guy in the room, whether Spanish people, Black people, African, doesn't matter. Chinese, Asian, it doesn't matter because people are people. You just got to treat people with the same respect that you.
What's people from Thailand called?
Thai.
Where
People
I
in
guess
Thailand call.
Ties,
Thai?
you call them Thai.
Thai, yeah.
Because there's Taiwan and I think Thai.
Making
I
up
think
words.
Thai is Taiwanese.
It is Thai. There is a Taiwanese.
Like Taiwan. So Taiwan is Taiwanese. So Thai is just Thai. Yeah, like the
Okay.
Thais.
Gotcha.
Just dropped some education to me. That's good to know.
Yeah. It's all about learning, right? Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Every day, it's full still. That's
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Commish, we're going to close this out, and then we're going to give you another call after we close out. Is that okay? Do you have some time after?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Actually, how much? Because I got one at 9:15. I got to do
Stuff
for something else. If you want to do it tonight, because that goes for an hour. Actually, it's my first one on there tonight.
Well, just when you're done doing whatever you have to do, just call us on our Instagram or
on Facebook
or
Facebook or something, or just inbox when me or Tanya. It doesn't matter.
Either or, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be like about 10:15 that finishes up. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's perfect. That's fine. Do you want to say what you have to do? Give it a shout out now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually it's part of this. I just joined this BU Academy. It's called Breathe University. So I invested in myself, and it's called the Complete 120 program. So it is this accountability self-development program that comes with coursework. And every morning we have accountability call at 6 a.m. But now I was talking to one of the coaches today and was saying that the calls in the morning are so helpful of, getting the morning started and getting your day down the right way. But towards the afternoon and at night, sometimes you fall off. So it would be nice to be able to develop habits to be able to stick on that routine all day so you can finish strong as you started the morning. So he's got this program set up. So yeah, it's my first call on there tonight to see what this is all about, and developing that. So, we got to work on ourselves, right? And that's what we talked about earlier too. It's like, how much do we know about ourselves if we're not training ourselves or learning ourselves? You know what I mean? So,
absolutely. Okay, so I hope that means good for you, and we will talk to you soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Absolutely. Tonight soon. Yes. Yes.
Right.
This was awesome.
Later.
Thank you guys again. Later.
Thank you.
Peace. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Peace.
absolutely. Peace.
Get Redonkulous.
Okay.
So this has been a really good episode of Redonkulously Interviews Season 2.
Season 2. This is episode 4.
This is episode 4.
Yeah.
Listen, we're halfway done February. That means we're halfway done.
Yo.
That's crazy, right?
Oh my God.
So we had some great interviews so far. We started off with Redonkulously's queen, who now you guys know. If you didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
And then we had the charismatic general.
Yes.
Assassin.
Yes.
And then we had the phenomenal.
Oh boy.
The emotional. The awesome. The icon. The showstopper.
2 hours later.
The one. The man. The one they call divine. The one that they call Mr. Redonkulous himself. Kevin, the co-founder, Martin.
How are you your own announcer? How does that happen?
Kevin, the co-founder, Martin.
That's
episode 3.
Just saying.
Episode 3. And then we just had Commish.
Yeah.
This is
tomorrow. We have Recall. Oh, okay.
Tomorrow, but we do have Recall tomorrow. Excellent, amazing filmmaker. She made the movie over. We also met her at Black Excellence. So we had the back-to-back people that we met at Black Excellence, which will be alive attending to again this year. Yes. This time we're going for.
We're premiering our film, Road Reminiscence, at the BE Film Festival.
We got a movie. We're not gonna. But you know, while we're there, we will have comic books on sale. Throw a couple comic books on our book bag.
Yeah,
like,
why
hey, you
not?
make comic books, we'll sell them. Why not? Yeah, but yeah, we'll be at a film festival. Yay! It's actually Redonkulously Entertainment first ever film festival in June. We're gonna call it Festival June.
The name still didn't work out.
Yeah. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Word.
Yes.
We
TikTok.
are venturing into TikTok in March. Right?
Yes, in March we will have a TikTok. Yes.
Redonkulous takes over TikTok.
It's going to be live. It's going to be lit. The videos is going to be extra, like always.
Oh.
It's going to be emotional. Actually, sometimes they're so good. People say the video was so good, they don't know what happened. I just looked at it 3 times. I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing. It doesn't matter. As long as
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks for your awesome.
So, I have to say, this is the cool part of it. I mean, you know, when life gave you berries, people don't. Get it, berries, Redonkulous.
Not only are you all of those attributes that you just mentioned, but you're also a motivational speaker. Such divine wisdom. How do you do it?
So, Ty, you got anything to say?
Tune in tomorrow night. I don't have as the motivational thought process and speech that you have, but tune in tomorrow night where we interview the one and only Miss Bree Cole.
And this is Redonkulously Entertainment. Like always, we're representing all 8 members. Hi, I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
Of course, there's Ryan, executive producer Ross.
Ephraim, the lead artist around third.
James, artist working man Brown.
LeVar, Cool Breeze, Queen.
Courtney, the Washer Jackson.
Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
Said MRA, so it's Nigel Wildcard Frazier.
Okay.
And that's all 8 of us right there. That combines to make Redonkulously Entertainment. That made 6 comic books. We made a movie. We made 4 musicals.
Musicals, yes.
4, yeah,
4.
musicals. Yeah, we did a documentary about our year twice.
Mm-hmm.
We did anything else we did?
Did a 5-city tour.
We did a 5-city tour.
5-city
We did
tour.
a 5-city tour. I didn't even think about how we have a website that you can check out, www.redonkulouslynt.com. We have a clothing line, which you can also check out at redonkulouslynt.com too, if you want to buy some of our merch. That would greatly help support. And if you don't want to support it, you just really want good literature, go to www.redonkulouslynt.com. Hell, if you just want to look at some exciting videos, because we have that on
www.redonkulouslynt.com.
And she said www. It's www. dot
RedonkulouslyRedonkulousInterviews.com.
Okay.
You sound like the commercial on the boardwalk. We buy any car.
Any. www.redonkulouslynt.com. Anyway, so tomorrow, be cool. I love you. We're gonna bring it. We're gonna be live. It's gonna be a lot of energy. We're gonna chop it up our filmmakers. So you had a writer.
Mm-hmm. We had Jen Lowe, who is a motivational speaker and fitness coach.
You had a guy that does everything that you can imagine.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, okay. A director. Writer.
And a content creator. Content creator and videographer, and now filmmaker.
All right. So until tomorrow, guys, get
Redonkulous.
and
later.
Again, whoever's viewing this, remember, no matter what, later. This is Redonkulous Black History, and you are part of the Redonkulous Revolution. I promise you that.
Word.
Fucking love you guys.
Redonkulous is out.